Yeah, it's Friday, almost 11:30 in the morning. Muff and I just finished our walk. Of course, she's a little soggy woggy right now in her favorite watering hole. Yeah, she's good. But yeah, we got some I believe this is Oncidium Wow Willie showing his colors today. Got a little bud blast right there because it was right underneath the eaves and the umbrella when we had those rains. So of course I'm expecting at least one bud blast. But that's Wow Willie, I believe. Came over from the wog last week with a spike. And he seems to be doing fantastic, of course. Humidity is high, always, and we're still enjoying it. Yep. So, what I want to show you today is my plant that I received from TD Moore yesterday. But first, we're going to take a look at this beast here, which I thought was flowering, and it was flowering on this tiny suitable, but it blasted because of me and watering, of course. But that's okay. It's telling me that, hey, I'm ready to flower. So what we're going to do is we're going to pot it up in some coconut fiber and charcoal and let that be that. Nothing special, nothing extra. I got plenty of that cocoa fiber that I got from Chewy, which is on back order now because I believe I'm liking it for now. Got a dieback on a new growth here, due to me, of course. And that's Triumphal Coronation, which has yet to flower. I believe they flowered early winter. I don't know, maybe spring, but it is kicking out sheets. So we're going to get that potted back up. It came over from the WOG. Yeah, quite a few came over from the WOG on this table. And they've been in quarantine, so I think it's time to take them out of quarantine and give them their own space. And while I'm here, might as well show you that the mango tree is leafing out on all three cuts. Look at that. Isn't it fantastic? I was afraid that I did something wrong. No, didn't do anything wrong. Just have to be patient. Believe she's going to be leafing out at that point too. There's a little node right there. So we want this tree sort of bushy instead of straight up. Now those out there in the garden, I don't mind them being trees because of the height and places to hang orchids. That's why I just left them. I didn't tip them or anything because I'll be hanging orchids from those guys. This tree here up front in this pot would definitely be a fruiting tree. Definitely. This is where my fruit is going to come from. And I believe this mango, when I planted it, it was the seed, the mango was from Mexico. So I tend to love those in salads. Yeah, and stir fries. So we're going to see how that fruit turns out whenever we get it from a seed. Yeah, grown in Mexico. Yeah, and propagated in Miami, Florida. How about that? Okay, so I got the TD Moore's orchid over here on the garden patio. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so what I did was when I received it late Thursday, yeah, I took it out and gave it a little calcium, magnesium, just a little food. And I hung it on the bamboo fence. It looks good. So it's going to stay there for a while. It had roots, definitely had plenty of roots, and I want to keep them drinking. And the leaves look good. Yeah, we just wait for some new growth, which there was, but sorry, I broke it off. when I was trying to turn this hook around, uh, it just didn't work. I mean, hey, there's going to be some damage, but yeah, I think it'll be just fine. I'm not worried about it. It looks great. Thanks again, Terry. I mean, I didn't ask for flickerangina or flickerangina. Help me out there. Okay. But I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting anything in return, but I appreciate it definitely. Thank you so much. That was a kind gesture. I can't wait for it to flower, Definitely love those small flowering orchids, tiny and potent. But yeah, what I want to show you today is who is this guy? Wilbur Chang. Okay, after all I've gone through with this Bulbophyllum and changing the media, giving it this, I mean, totally spoiling it, right? Trying to figure out what it likes and what it doesn't like. I don't know. I was on my last leg with Wilbur Chang. Didn't know he was just so freaking picky. I didn't know what he wanted, and nobody was helping. On YouTube, they heard me stressing about Wilbur Chang, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know what it wants. Ooh, that picture is full of food. No wonder you're huge. You too. All kind of goodies down in there. I was wondering why in the heck are you getting so big? But now I see. You are eating and growing. Just great growth in you. There's another one caught back there somewhere. There you go. Come out so I can see you. Yeah, they're really doing great. But yeah, Wilbur Chang, I put it in the sun. I had to move it because I was doing some division, so I had it in this position. Of course, I should have known those leaves were going to get nipped. Those beautiful green leaves, I destroyed along with this dendrobium. But I didn't want to stick them on the floor because of snails and whatever. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, took a look under Wilbur Chang here. Let me show you. Just let me show you. Okay, now let me go back. The last ditch effort with Wilbur Chang was giving it blood meal. Now, I had no idea what blood meal was going to do. I read up on it, blah, 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 blah. But still didn't know how the plant would react to it, right? So I basically took a chance with Wilbur Chang. It was growing, and I figured, okay, nothing's going to stop its growth. Not blood meal. Plants get blood meal all the time. But I haven't given it to Wilbur Chang, because I didn't know what to do with this plant to get it to flower. Had no idea. Look at this freaking plant here, a Kiko Sato. Look at this sheet. This thing just flowered. And it's getting ready to produce. This is the new growth. Yeah. And it's getting ready to kick out another flower. I love a Kiko Sato. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And these are the visions of the main plant that I have here, because the main plant succumbed to white mite, and I had just divided it in a nick of time. So every time I get a dividing area on a Kiko Sato, I do it. Now that I took a division of, and I put it here. It flowered. So I took that division and I put it on a piece of cedar shingle. Look at that. It's just, I love it. And there's an eye there. Yeah. So I don't have a problem, and I am not afraid to take divisions. But yeah, I apologize, but this is how my garden just grabs me from one end to the other all the time. There's always something. Look how beautiful that red, is that Gerbera daisy? Yeah, it's lovely. I love it. Little pops of red in the garden. And my desert rose over there. Let's see if I can get you a close up on it. It's gorgeous. And I have the black one that a neighbor gave me, but It's not doing anything right now. I put it in a position there. Might have to give it some more sun right back there. But that's okay. I will eventually. But yeah, this is how this garden just takes me all over the place. And I just love it, love it, love it. But yeah, so my last ditch effort on Wilbur Chain was to give it blood meal. And I gave it a nice dose of blood meal, not knowing how it was going to react. Okay, that was a couple of months ago, maybe what? When did I give it blood meal? In January, I believe. I would have to check back on one of the videos to see when I gave it blood meal. January, February. It was either January, February, right before the quarantine because the patio wasn't done yet when I gave it blood meal. And you can see all the blood meal thrown all over the place. But yeah, lift up this leaves and behold. Look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that right there? Do you see that right there? That's two. And where's that third spike? Turn it around. Okay, let me see if I can find that third. It's down underneath there, but it's a little slow. Right underneath that. This freaking shell won't move. It's right underneath there. Let me see if I can get a close up. Down there. That's a third spike that really haven't started pushing out yet. So, and I know they're spikes because they've been sitting there forever, 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 forever. Most new grows pop out, grow fat, lush, and leaf out, no problem. But these took a while. Focus. They took a while. Definitely, and we're going to keep an eye on them to see if they're really, really spikes. This one is really growing. So I am so excited because I worked my hiney off trying to do what I thought was right by this Bulbophyllum. And I was afraid to invest in more Bulbophyllums because I needed to get it right, or I needed to satisfy myself with the fact that, okay, I'm not going to kill these. Bulbophyllums are not cheap. Okay, I think they're one of the most expensive orchids out there. You know, I think so, except for that two-flowering plant that everybody gets, or not everybody, selected group of people. Dimorphorcus, I think that's the name of it. And I don't know if that's going to be my next investment because I'm not really, I just don't get it. I don't get the hype right now. Okay, so it flowers two different flowers. But I got plants, I got orchids in my garden that changes colors, you know, but not flowering different colors. You know, it just one end flowers this and one end flowers that. That's spectacular. But I still don't get it, you know. And, you know, if it was a cattleya that did that, oh my God, yes, I would. I would buy them all. I would corner the market. But it's a Vanda. You know, I'll watch you guys struggle with it and I'll learn from you first. And maybe, and right now, everybody's out of stock. You know, they're just, you can't buy them anyway because they're just not available right now. Yeah, so I'm just going to enjoy what I have right now. And wait until maybe they come on the market again, and maybe invest in one. I'm not going to promise you nothing. But yeah, so, but Bulbophyllums are not cheap, you know, and I killed one years ago. I couldn't get it right or just didn't get it right. I mean, the information was out there on how to take care of them, but I just couldn't get it right. I couldn't get the environment right, the microclimate. I couldn't get anything right. I couldn't get the media right. I couldn't get the moisture. I just stuck it on a mount and let it go, not knowing that this baby likes to be moist. It was dry, and there's time I forget it's back on the wall. And then, yeah, I didn't take care of it properly. But Wilbur Chain came, and I realized these bulbs have to be fed and kept plumped and looking pretty, you know, very pretty, fat, encyclia looking bulbs. I love fat encyclia looking bulbs. As a matter of fact, here's an encyclia right here that's just going crazy. And I'm sure it's going to flower for me eventually. That's encyclia Guadalupe. Guadalupe. It was a little tiny something on the wall. I brought it over. And it is just, right now, it's coming out of its pot. It's loving its position. It's low on the east wall where it gets light, bright light, and plenty of water. All the water just comes down and just deluges. It's just deluged. It's drenched. Deluged. Or whatever. It gets plenty of water and it dries out. But yeah, so we're going to keep an eye on Wilbur Change. I'm really excited, as you can tell, and I'm gonna look for more flowering spikes in here somewhere, or just be totally surprised by the fact. I think I'm already surprised by what I see, so I'll just wait for more surprises, something new in my garden. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Ooh, thanks for sharing my excitement, and have a great orchid growing day. I just love it. Love, love, love my garden surprises. It's just so fulfilling and rewarding during these times. Happy growing.